Okay, so we have a 1500 point battle report for you today. I'm playing my Saim-Hann army. You've seen it before, a couple of Fire Prisms, Seer Council, 3 squads of Jetbikes, some Vypers, and some Swooping Hawks. And I'm facing a beautiful Forgeworld list from, I think it's Imperial Armor 7. And I think it's Siege of Vrax or something. So basically, some of these tanks here are actually troops. That's amazing. So there's only one squad of things that can score because the tanks, of course, can't score. There's some just awesome stuff. There's Hydras, big Demolisher cannon dudes and stuff. And we're fighting over the football over here. It's the Relic scenario. And we're going down to war. And I will be going first. Sorry, my opponent will be going first unless I can steal initiative. Let's see if I borrow a dice here. Trying to steal initiative on a 6. No, I got a 4. So Imperial Guard is going first. This is going to be a blasting frenzy. All right, here we go. Okay, rounding up top of turn 1 for Imperial Guard. My defensive setup worked to some advantage as I was pretty much hidden away, but my opponent managed to fire a bunch of Hydras, tanks and stuff. My cover saves at these guys were holding out. One guy eventually got wrecked after that barrage of fire. I think 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5 tanks even fired into this area. Another one tried to fire in here, but it drifted off the board because these guys are actually on the board. These are in reserve. So that one guy was blown away the Viper. Over here, this tank took a glancing hit. He failed his cover save, but this guy moved up, blasted him mercifully, even with the 2 dice. Couldn't get a better than a 2, so he just glanced me there. And this tank over here made his cover save, but one of the Seer Council members died from a stray blast that careened into them, took him out. So it is bottom of turn 1 for Eldar. We're going to have to try to respond to this insane armored aggression here. Okay, so bottom of turn 1 for Eldar. What happened? We were charging this tank. We managed to get in there with the Council. We fortuned the Council. We fired a bunch of stuff, not to too much effect. We shot a few of these guys to death, but... did we roll their leadership? I forget if we did. I might have forgotten to ask you.
Only 2 casualties.
Oh, there's only 2 guys that I killed. Yeah, I only managed to kill 2 guys. These guys couldn't kill quite enough. They moved up, blasted them, moved back. This tank over here, blasted here, hit but couldn't go through the armor. Same thing for this poor Fire Prism. Hit that guy but couldn't go through the armor. And we're going to see what happens in that assault versus that demolisher. Okay, rounding it up. So the Council got 4 penetrations against the tank. It actually exploded. It wounded 2 Council members, but they made their saves. Wounded 2 of those guys, but one of them did make his save. And that is it. So we're on to top of turn 2 for Imperial Guard. Okay, rounding up top of turn 2 for Imperial Guard. The barrage continues. Check out the way these tanks are. They've aimed all their guns at the Seer Council. All the turrets are aimed here. Blew away 3 members. Actually, those lucky bastard troops over there managed to kill one of the Seer Council members with just stupid strength shooting. But 3 of them total dead from the barrage of fire. Basically, the entire army fired here, except for the 2 Hydras fired to blow away those Vipers. They had to both fire, but they ignore my cover save because they are Hydras. So they just shot down those Vipers there. Turn 2, we're going to see what shows up. My 2 squads of Jetbikes. One of them shows up on a 3, and my squad of Swooping Hawks on a 3+. Will they show up? Yeah, they do. Swooping Hawks are in on a 5. Okay, so back in. Okay, so rounding up bottom of turn 2, Jetbikes came in, flew way over there. These Jetbikes were here, chickened out all the way over there. Those guys dropped in, dropped a blast, but only managed to kill one of these guardsmen because they have... My opponent got the Warlord trait, which gives his entire army stealth for ruins. So these idiots had a 3+ cover save because we're counting this as a ruin underneath there. So only one guy died from the grenade pack. We managed to flame with the Council that hit the vehicle, but also clipped those guys. So killed a bunch of them. They stuck around though. We charged the vehicle, but didn't roll too well for hits. Only got 3 hits for some reason. I managed to put 1 penetration through, 1 glance, but the penetration just made it so he can't shoot, which he ignores. These guys after that just ran and spread out a little bit. And blast from this guy blew away, hit 2 guys with the improved now, the small blast can actually hit full strength everywhere. Couldn't do anything to this guy, blew away 1 Hydra. This guy over here, blasting here, couldn't do anything useful against either of these tanks though, unfortunately, because we ruled that tank had stealth, you tell me, but we ruled it had stealth, so it actually has the plus bonus stealth, sorry, it had a, from the ruins. So it actually had a 3+ cover save, but it rolled a 6 anyways. He's a thug, so it just did that. And this guy flew up here, tried to gun down some of those guys. I think maybe killed 1 or 2, I don't even remember, but wasn't too effective. They're not going to be that much of a story in this game. And it is on to top of turn 3 for Imperial Guard. Top of turn 3 wrap up. Kind of crazy action happening. These 2 guys are charging the Farseer. I overwatched them, got 1 hit on the twin link shots, but couldn't put a wound on him. What else happened? The entire army, half the army shot at the Farseer. One of these tanks blasted at those Jetbikes, killed 1 Jetbike. Another tank over here turn around, blast into those Jetbikes, killed one Jetbike as well. Tried to scatter in around there. This thing over here, blasted into here, but with my cover save, I took one hull point, but I survived otherwise, so I'm still alive here. And we're going to see what happens in that crazy combat over here. Back in a bit. Okay, so what happened? His unit leader challenged Farseer. Farseer just cut him down easily. We won by one, but they're stubborn, and they made their leadership. This one guy made his leadership. And we're on to bottom of turn 3 for Eldar. We're going to see if that unit of Jetbikes comes on. The last one, 3 up. Still not on. I suck at dice, so be it. And back in a bit. Yeah. Run down my Farseer. Okay, so bottom of turn 3, what's happening? Those guys moved up, threw a haywire grenade, stripped the hull point off them with a glancing hit. They're charging in over there. These guys flew up over here, managed to put, I think, a hull point or something on that Hydra. I forget what happened. Oh, maybe he saved his cover save there. I think he saved his cover save, and then it moved back. Those vehicles flew back there. Rear armor on that guy blew him up, luckily, and then moved away back again. Farseer combat will continue. This guy over here tried to blast in here, connected, direct hit, but couldn't get through the armor. And this guy here, same thing, connected, direct hit, couldn't get through the armor on that guy. So Fire Prism's just not doing this game. This guy, however, shot right in the rear armor of the tank that was around here and managed to blow him up. So lucky penetration for him, took that tank out. And we're going to go into those combats. So combat over here, haywire grenades, and Farseer continues against this lone guardsman surviving. Rounding up real quick, Farseer won the combat, consolidated 6 inches, so he flew over this ruin back here just to look cool. These guys over here, not surprisingly, wrecked this tank, so stripped of all its hull points. Got 1 penetration, but the penetration didn't do too much, but it is toast now. And that's it, we're on to turn 4, top of turn 4. Okay, top of turn 4, what happened? This guy came into here, blasted into this guy, but my Jink cover save made it, even though it got a penetration. That Hydra just gunned down that Viper like a dog, took off the final hull point off of him. The rest of these tanks on the side here, they were just pissed off at that Farseer, and they fired everything at him, got a bunch of wounds on him, but miraculously he made all of his rerollable 4+, thank God, because they would insta-kill him, of course. This guy over here took one good shot at those Swooping Hawks, killed 3 of them instantly with a direct hit from a blast, but luckily the 2 surviving members survived. And we're on to bottom of turn 4. We finally have some breathing room here. Okay, wrapping up, bottom of turn 4, what happened? Fortune failed on the Farseer. He actually rolled 665, so no luck for him. But, so what's he doing? We flew in here, we threw a grenade, haywire grenade, missed, unfortunately, but we're charging with both those guys and a Farseer. These guys flew up over here, managed to strip 1 hull point off this Hydra. These guys flew up over here, those 2 dudes fired at the rear armor of that big behemoth there and managed to actually get 2 penetrations in a glance. He didn't, the gun didn't explode or anything, but he's just wrecked there. This guy fired at the rear armor, he shimmied a little bit, fired at the rear armor of this guy, but couldn't get through the armor yet again. And that guy, yet again, fired from there at this tank as well, connected, but couldn't get through the armor, so pretty scary there. Shimmied around a little bit, and we're going to have a, assault over here on this vehicle. I forgot to mention, I rolled for these guys, and they failed to come in again, so they're just showing up turn 5. So be it, eh? Back in a bit. Okay, so rounding up top of turn 5, I guess, right? That was. So what happened? Tons of shooting into here. A lot of cover saves. Those guys made their save, but without fortune, I passed my first instant kill, but I failed the second one from one of these tanks. So the Farseer is toast. So both our Warlords are dead. This guy blasted over here, managed to strip 1 hull point off of my tank because he ignores the Jink save. Pretty awesome there. And it is on to bottom turn 5. So these guys, I think they automatically come on turn 5, right? There's no more rolling. Yeah, they come on. They're going to fly on somewhere, and we're going to see what happens. Okay, so bottom of turn 5, what happened? We managed to get those guys in, threw a grenade, stripped a hull point, charged in, put 2 more hull points on him, stripped him. A ton of shooting. Those Jetbikes, these Jetbikes, eventually couldn't get that guy, but eventually 1 blast from this guy got through him, got through his cover save, and blew up that guy there. And at bottom of turn 5, we hold the objective here, but my opponent's just conceded. But no, it was a good game. It started out pretty dicey there, but it really kind of swung back and forth for a bit. And then that Farseer refusing to die in that middle turn, that really kind of changed it, eh? But you got him in the end anyways. You killed that Farseer. Thanks, man. Good game.